Hello there, horse racing fans, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all in top form and getting ready to see Jonbon absolutely hose up at the weekend. We've got some great action this weekend. We'll be warming up with just one selection today at a big price, but I come with news. If you've noticed, I haven't been uploading recently. I have been slowly transitioning to TikTok, so if you want to follow me over there, that's where most of my content is going to be now, as well as Twitter. So if you want to give me a follow on TikTok, I'll leave the link to follow me in the description below. If you want to join me now, it's at JMRacing27. So if you just search that into TikTok, trying to be like the youth of today, moving over to TikTok. So if you can follow me over there, if you do have the app, that would be very grateful. But on to today. One selection comes in the 6 o'clock at Chelmsford, and it's a race where the horses short in the market don't really appeal to me too much. I think they're far too short at 4-1. This is such a competitive race. 14 runners as well, 2 have just come out, but there's still a very big field, and I like one that's been drawn probably a little bit too wide here, but I still think has a good chance. It's Lord Rapscallion at 18-1. Jason Hart takes over the reins, and I think this horse has been running well enough recently to suggest the turnaround is on the cards. He used to be rated 102 back in the day. He had some pretty good performances over Ireland, moved to England 2 years ago off a mark of 102 and is now off a mark of 76, and it's not as if he's exactly old. He's a 6-year-old, but he just seems to be on a decline for the past couple of years now. I think a turnaround might be on the cards. He's definitely well handicapped if he can capitalise on it. And I was looking through some of his back form. He came over from England, from Ireland, as I said, and on debut in a listed race, he was 4 lengths behind Kinross and giving Kinross £2. We all know what Kinross has done since. She's won everything this year, from the British Champion Stakes and then third at the Breeders' Cup. That, although the form is from a long way ago, has worked out very, very well. And as I say, it's about £30 below his last, what he came to England rated. And I think there's been a few good performances along the way. And as I've been looking through his form, he just kind of seems to decline the more he runs on a surface for a while. And he's been on the turf a long time now. I just think maybe back on the all-weather, that might spark a little bit of improvement. He has won twice on the all-weather over at Dundalk. That was off marks of 80 and 78, but he got put up to a mark of 88 after winning, hosing up off a mark of 80 by, I think it was about 4 lengths. He's off 76 today. Of course, the back form might not always work well if horses are on a spiral decline, but I just think even this horse's latest run at Newmarket, it was quite a competitive race, and made all that day, probably went off too hard, faded late home. That was off a mark of 78, down another £2, switch of the surface, and Jason Hart taken over. There's plenty of reasons why a bigger performance could be on the cards. 18-1 in the market. I think the first furlong here will be absolutely crucial to just what Jason Hart decides to do. I think he'll struggle to make all from stall 14, so if he can just kind of slot in and get a too wide sit going into the first corner, that would be ideal. But even if you look at the extra places, maybe 5 places, maybe even 6, Bet365 seem to offer all sorts of places right now. I just think this horse is a little bit overpriced at 18-1. Should be running into midfield tonight. Might not be good enough to run into the traditional 3 or 4 places, but if you just use that each way extra places for the 5 or maybe even 6 places, 18-1 in the market could be a little bit overpriced for me. So that's my only selection today. Lord Rapscallion in the 6 o'clock at Chelmsford City. As I said earlier, don't forget to follow me over on TikTok, JMRacing27 or Joe McCabe. There'll be plenty of tips, probably quite a lot of losers, a few winners across the way as well. We have had a few nice winners already on TikTok, and just plenty of information, news, trainer, jockey information. So there's lots going on over there. I'm uploading about 4 or 5 times a day. Plenty to keep an eye on. But thanks a lot for watching this video. Don't forget to go follow me on TikTok and cheer home Lord Rapscallion at 18-1. Until next time, I'll see you then.